Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance.
Welcome to Jam Central from the Dignity Health Events Center. I'm your host, Renelle Geiser. Let's jump right into our Jam Playbook where we sit down with Assistant General Manager Lehman.
Well, my main duty with the Jam is to help build the roster and evaluate talent. So starting in the beginning of the season with our draft evaluation process, there was over 200 prospects that we had to go through and evaluate. It was difficult, but I feel like we did a really good job with our draft picks, and that I feel like that's one of my main responsibilities going into the season. And now, as we progress through the season, I think helping manage the team, making sure we're playing a similar style to the Suns, evaluating players not only on our team but other teams as well, and just making sure things are running smoothly up here. My main focus is to help Bubba out with whatever he needs, and I'm here for him and Dylan and the entire staff, for whatever they need. Well, I think the season's gone really well so far. We got off to a little rough start, but we've really been playing well lately. And more importantly, our players have gotten better. That's a big thing for us, is the development of the players. So from the start of the season, started training camp until now, I've seen a lot of progress with every one of our players, and that shows how much dedication and hard work they've all put in. And a lot of credit needs to go to the coaching staff as well for spending the time with the players, watching film, getting out on the court with them, and really working on their skills, because I think that this is a major part of the D-League, is helping all these young players develop and get better and grow, not only as players but as people as well. And I think we've done a really good job as an entire staff of doing that, both on and off the court. Looking forward, we're 2.5 games out of the playoffs, and I'm really optimistic that we can make this final push into the playoffs. We've been playing really well, the ball's been moving, everybody's sort of stepped up in a crucial part of the year, and that's what we like to see. We know it's difficult when you put a group of players together for the first time, back in training camp, and it takes a little while for them to build chemistry and mesh, and I've really seen big improvement there. So I'm optimistic, and I look forward to us playing these last 9 games and hopefully getting 8 or 9 wins and pushing into the playoffs. And I really think that with the group of players that we have right now, that it's a real possibility for us. Well, first off, the D-League is ever-changing with the amount of roster turnover of players coming in and out of the league, getting called up from the NBA, being sent on assignment to the D-League. So they're just juggling all the rosters and making sure we know who's where, who's playing where. It has been a little bit challenging, but for the most part, I think the direction of the league is trending very, very positively. We're adding 3 new teams next year, to put it to 22 total D-League teams, and I would imagine in the next 3 or 4 years we would get that number all the way up to 30, and we can have a true minor league system similar to how baseball's minor league or hockey's minor league is. And exposure these guys are getting from playing games on YouTube, I think that that's going to continue to increase, and the popularity of this league is going to continue to go that route, and I'm really looking forward to the future of the league. What does my role entail? What doesn't entail? I have my hands in a lot of different jars, sort of say. So basically, I like to think of myself as a jack of all trades up there, and I want to make sure that everything's running smoothly. So, I play a big part in our draft process. We bring in over 80 players over the course of 4 or 5 weeks, and just making sure everything runs smoothly, from all their flights to transportation to getting to meetings and interviews with our staff. I take pride in making sure everything runs smoothly, and then moving along during the season, I get out and do a little scouting, college, D-League, pro scouting, and so part of my duties entail writing reports and reporting back to the Sun staff and coming up with my own rankings for the D-League, for the draft, for the NBA and whatnot. To sum it all up, I think the best way to describe it would be just making sure the machine runs smoothly. Whether it's the Suns coaching staff needing help with an analytics project, or the D-League needing help with rankings or communicating with agents, just whatever duties or tasks that need to get done, I'm more than willing to help out in whatever way possible. Well, the season hasn't gone exactly how we wanted it to. We were officially eliminated from the playoffs. You know, we went through a coaching change, and we've lost three key players with over 50 points per game in scoring. So it was difficult, but at this point in the season, we're focused on the future and developing our young players. Alex Len, Devin Booker, Archie Goodwin have been playing really well and stepped up when their number's called. So I think at this point, you know, we're trying to still remain competitive, win some games, and build towards the future. And I think, you know, with Eric Bledsoe coming back next year off injury, TJ Warren coming back off injury, there's a lot of bright things to look forward to up in Phoenix. Well, it all started back, I want to say 8 or 9 years ago, when I was on orientation at the University of Colorado, and I was out there with my parents, and we were taking a tour of the campus, and we walked by the basketball offices, and so we had this idea that I could go in there and maybe try to play on the basketball team. And so we sort of left the tour and walked into the office, and I was able to connect with their staff there. And unfortunately, they didn't have any open roster spots for me, but they asked if I wanted to help out, I could be a student manager. So I ended up doing that for 4 seasons, built a lot of great friends, a lot of great relationships, learned a lot during school, and then there was an opportunity once I graduated with the Suns in the front office for an internship, and so I took that, packed up all my bags, went to Phoenix, and I interned with the Suns for 2 years. And then after that, they gave me a promotion to basketball operations coordinator, so I've been doing that the past 2 years, and here I am now in my first season as assistant general manager for the Jam. Well, I just sort of alluded to it a little bit earlier, but I used to play a little hoop back in the day, and I thought I was pretty good for a high school player. Played in an AAU tournament, and I was the 14th leading scorer. The 13 players ahead of me all played Division I or in the NBA, so I was pretty proud of myself for that. I still like to get out there and shoot hoops every now and then, but it's pretty time consuming, the job, so I don't get to do it as often as I like, but I was a pretty good basketball player back in the day.
Now let's jump right into an extended one-on-one locker room talk with Jam players Joel Wright, Deonte Burton, and Javier Carter.
Wave your hands in the air if you feel fine. We're gonna take it into overtime. Welcome to the Space Jam.
I mean, my time was great. I mean, this basketball stuff is a job, so it's just like going to a different job interview every time. You just got to be punctuous, just got to be on time, just got to be just alert, because the opportunity could leave like in a minute. So you just got to be on point with everything. You just got to be comfortable. That's the main thing. If you're not comfortable, then everything won't be fun to you. If you don't know what you're doing, it won't be fun. So that's just the main thing, is just catching on fast. Oh, I love it. Great weather. I mean, great people I'm around. A great staff. You know, some of our staff is experienced. I've played in the NBA, so that's great people to be around. I mean, it's just been working, trying to do things different, trying to win games, trying to just develop different aspects of my game. I just want to be able to just hit the jump shot constantly. I just think that's my downfall right now as to a lot of things. I've been driving the whole season, and teams kind of scouted me well. You know, they've been backing off and letting me shoot. So I just I'm in the gym every night, weight room, gym, just trying to just stroke the ball better. And I know it's going to come around. I just got to keep on working. And this is a great place, because the gym is open 24 hours, so there's no excuse why I shouldn't be getting better. I'm just very passionate. I mean, no arm out there. Like, I play with a lot of heart. I play with a lot of passion, because growing up, I've seen a lot of stuff that my mom went through, and you know what I mean. I've been around stuff like that, so my love for the game and my passion for the game is just really high. You know, people might mistake that sometimes for ignorance or attitude, and it's never like that. I mean, I could be one way on the court, mad on the court, and playing hard, and when you get back to the locker room, I'm the happiest kid. Like, nothing to bother me. I'm just always just being happy and just always want to play hard. That's all it is. When I first got here, my mom got me here from back home. You know, I'm Jamaican. I came here at a young age. I was 11 years old. I came over here. Matter of fact, when I first came, like not too long after, the World Trade Center went down, and I watched that whole thing on the top of my roof, because you know, I was only like 30 minutes away from it, so I seen the whole thing. And I just been here ever since. Basketball wasn't really in my vision, you know. I was playing soccer all along. I was in junior high school playing soccer, and I just grew. Like 2 years, I think it took me 1 year, I grew to like 6'4". And I met this guy at my junior high school. I was kicking around the soccer ball, and he kind of took me under his wing, started talking to me. I started just develop a great work ethic and just kept grinding, just kept playing basketball, just kept being around the game, just doing all the good things that I needed to get better. And I just kept grinding my whole life, and then got around the right people, got in the right situation, and now I'm here. You know, it's a blessing.
Around 13 years old, that's when I started playing basketball and football, actually. But my mom, you know, she was biased basketball. She wanted just pro basketball because she said she didn't want me to get hurt in football. So, you know, watching my brothers grow up, you know, playing both, I wanted to play both, but eventually basketball took my heart. And at 13, I just started playing with my dad. Every day we'll go to the park, and he'll beat me, and I'll cry, like, and he'll get so mad, but like it made me a better like competitor. So age of 13, that's when I started, and I just loved it ever since. Before high school, like middle school-ish, I was playing for the Westchester Wildcats is what they were called, and you know, Hoop Masters was one of them as well. That was in middle school. I used to play the post, believe it or not, because I was taller than everyone in my age then, at 13 years old. High school came around, and I started playing high school ball, and you know, it was fun. I played for the Compton Magics. Actually, Joe Jackson, who played here last year, he was on the Compton Magics as well. We played together for a little time. It was great. But throughout high school, I went to Centennial, and you know, played it all through high school, and just loved it. It was great. I loved it. I loved the fans. I loved the environment. My coaches. Probably the greatest coach to coach me, and like my favorite coach to coach me, and David Carter. No, he's not there anymore, but man, those are like probably the best times of my life with basketball, especially my sophomore year, you know, of college. We won a WAC tournament. We won a WAC championship. So, you know, that was my best memorable college moment, and my favorite times of my life is in college. It was weird at first going there, just like, because I didn't know what to expect. Just, you know, different country, you know, different language. But actually, it was a surprise. It was quite a surprise. Everyone, you know, spoke English. It was Americanized. Everyone, like, they treated it just like the States. It was just like the States. They had good food, Pizza Hut, everything. Like, you know, I tried some German dishes, schnitzel. It was good. It tastes just like chicken to me. But, you know, I was a rookie there playing, so early on, I didn't really get to play that much. But I was in and out of games, you know, just trying to give my maximum effort defensively. But to be honest, I think I became a better defender out there because I had to guard guys that were skilled, and like I was a rookie, and these are veteran guys that are out there that I'm guarding skilled, and they've been playing overseas for 3 or 4 years, and you know, I'm a rookie. It's my first time playing out there. Like, I was kind of nervous, but it actually helped me become a better defender, especially playing the rules that they play by overseas and everything. So I think that's why I got my, you know, got better at defensively over there, and you know, the coach started trusting me later on in the year and putting me in the games more, and I started showing that I could play. I was excited. You know, I'm always up for a new journey, a new challenge. You know, that's a great organization up there, a great group of guys. You know, Tarico and Kyle Casey was there as well. You know, I got to see them while I was there. I worked out with Coach Chris. You know, we did a couple workouts, a couple shooting drills and everything. It was fun. I liked it. It's a great organization to be around, and you know, to see some of the veteran guys. And Tyson Chandler, he played at Dominguez in Compton in high school. So you know, a veteran to look at and see that, you know, people can make it from where I'm from, and it was a great environment. I loved it. Absolutely. You know, just things defensively. You know, how to rotate properly. How to talk, communicate, how to run the point guard position well, you know, how to carry yourself as a pro, how to be in the gym every single day, even after practice, even after, you know, they say it's optional, you should still go. And that's one thing that I learned. Like, even if they say it's optional, like, that means for rookies, go. Like, and that's what I learned. So I'm glad. On the court is, you know, the 5-game winning streak we went on, I believe. You know, that was great times. winning streak with these guys, and all the guys it's fun. We want to win, and right now we're racing for playoffs, and we're just gonna try to come together and try to string together, another game, a 5-game winning streak or a winning streak again. So the 5-game winning streak was definitely a great thing I look forward to. And my guy Xavier Mumford got called up. He deserved it, and I'm so happy for him. Off the court, I say, the guys, we all hang out together, and the chemistry there is great. Everyone, comes to each other's houses, greet each other. We play video games, play Uno card games. We all try to, have our little cipher going, rapping sessions going here and there, and we just have fun together. And like, we're brothers off the court as well. So that's the most memorable moment for me, the camaraderie off the court. Well, 2015 coming in at the start of the season, I was kind of at the bottom, but 2016, I've lost probably a total of 3 times over the last 30 games. So, I call myself king of 2K of 2016. I beat X, Tarico, CJ, Hobb, whoever you want to name, I beat him. So I call myself champ to 2016 of 2K. He's my big little brother now, because he's older, so he's my big brother. But I act more mature than Hobb, so and I try to look after him and everything. So that's why I call him my big little brother. But we've learned so much about each other, his lives. I met his mom, met his parents when we went to Dallas, and he met my parents and through FaceTime and all that. And when we went to LA, my people. So we've grown so much together these last couple weeks and months that we've been roommates. And he's a jokester, so he always pranking and doing all these type of jokes, and we're always shooting on each other, and that's telling jokes on each other. And we call him Old Man Hobb. I always get on him about how he looks like he's 35 but he's 24 and he jokes on me about my beard and how you got a fully grown beard and 24 and everything. So we just came together. He talks to me about everything. He's the brother, my big brother. We just talk to each other about everything, and we've grown to know each other very well. It's a very fun and exciting relationship between me and Hobb.
It's been good. With this being my 3rd year pro, me being a rookie here in the D League is kind of weird, but it works. I'm happy with the team, of course. I wish we could have came on a little earlier and started, winning a lot more games earlier, but of course we're a young team. It took some time, and we're now getting in. Hopefully we make the playoffs, and I've enjoyed it. I am Panamanian. My dad's Panamanian, my mom's American, so ever since I was born, or learning to speak Spanish, and I have a Panamanian passport and everything, so it's just something it's my culture from when I was young. My mom brought the American side. My dad, he's born and raised in Panama. He moved here when he was 20 for college, so it's just been Spanish since I was born. But not all of my siblings speak Spanish, so it's crazy. I'm just the only one who really grasped it and wanted to speak it. So now I speak it, and now I play for the Panamanian national team and everything. So, well, I started off in Germany. Of course, I was young. It was my rookie year, and the team wanted me to split time, kind of like NBA and D League, but for them, their top league and their second team, and they wanted me to split time. And at first, I thought it was a good idea. That's why I signed, and I didn't really enjoy it. So I left after a month in Germany, and I signed in Spain. I ended up in Spain, and I finished out the season in Spain. I really enjoyed it, but for it to be my rookie years, a culture change and everything, but it helped me because it was a Spanish-speaking country. I adapted pretty well. The culture, of course, is a lot different than American culture, and a lot different than Hispanic culture in South America, but it was a good change. It was a good experience in Spain. And then France last year, I loved it. It was a great experience. A lot of people tried their best to speak English because they knew I couldn't speak French. And they taught me a lot of French, and they were like, if you know Spanish, French should be easy. It wasn't at all. But I picked up on a lot more than I guess a lot of people would have, because I had American teammates on both teams, and they struggled. So I was glad I was able to adapt in that way. Multiple on-court highlights. Of course, I enjoy being out there with the team. It's just fun to be out there and enjoy the sport that I love, and be healthy. I can't complain about anything. So my favorite on-court experience is just being out there, honestly. Enjoying my teammates, enjoying the fans and everything, you know, from road games, home games, we have fans everywhere, so I just appreciate it. And then off the court, our team camaraderie is pretty good. We have good team chemistry, and they room me with Deonte, which is just fun. It's fun in itself because we're a lot alike, just in two different bodies, so it's pretty good. I started off in biology because I wanted to be a pediatrician. I wanted to do pre-med and all that kind of stuff. With college basketball, it got a little difficult, but I chose too late to change. So I was like, I'm already here. I already have so many credits in biology. I might as well finish that out. And we had to go to school during the summers and stuff anyway. So I was like, okay, let me finish out in business. And I know I want to be a financial advisor. That's why I want to get my master's in finance. So I was like, I'll finish this business portion, and then I'll have credits and classes to go into my finance, which I have. I just have to finish out the finance, and hopefully after basketball finishes, because I know it's not always going to be here, I want to be a financial advisor. So it's just something that struck me. I have a friend, actually he's more like a brother, named Augustine Rubit. We played in college together. We're both from Texas. His sponsored parents, his sponsor father, was just like really, he was like talking about his profession, and he's been successful in it, named Steven Trauber. And he's been successful in it, and he was talking to us about like education, and he's a investment banker, and you know, it's kind of in the same realm. And he was just talking about how athletes need to know what to do with their money and stuff like that. And I was like, that's perfect for me, like being an athlete. Of course, my parents have always been there and instilled education and everything in me. And my mom's a real stickler on finances, so that helped me also. But just that, with me being a little older and being in college and hearing that from Mr. Trauber, and just talking to my friends and roommates and everything, and knowing how this business goes with guys get so much money and don't know what to do with it. And I've struggled with that at times also, but I just want to be able to help other athletes and other people who need financial advising. So, well, I started playing competitively around the age of 15, 16. I was at a school, at a public school in Dallas, and it just wasn't working for me. I was, of course, all the kids in Dallas, they play, or in Texas pretty much, you play football and basketball. So I was playing both sports because my brother played football, and I wanted to pattern after him. He's only 15 months older than I am, so we were competitive our whole lives growing up. I was struggling. Like I didn't want to play anymore. I was knucklehead. In school I was having some problems and stuff like that. Just normal adolescent problems. I transferred out of the school and started to play AAU. I met a couple guys, and they helped me change my life around, like in basketball. And I just started playing competitively. I started playing AAU, which is like traveling basketball, and I played for one summer and got like 35, 40 scholarship offers, Division I scholarship offers. And the summer before that, I wasn't playing basketball at all. I was just like relaxing. Then I played there, and they took me to Vegas, took me like Houston and all other trips to play basketball. And scouts started coming, and I was like, oh, this might be something I could do. And so I just started taking it serious after that. And of course, I was raw for a long time. Got a scholarship, got to college, and they developed me. So it was just like, it was a blessing, because I could have gone a different route, like different junior college and stuff like that. But I got a bunch of Division I offers out the blue, and just kept rolling from there. And then after college, I didn't know I could play professional, and I got blessed again to find agents that could help me find different avenues to play in. Of course, you have to have skill, of course, but they saw something in me, and I got to start playing professionally. So he's funny. He's a funny guy. Like he likes to sing. I don't know if people know that, but he tries to compete with me singing, and he can't at all. But he tries to compete singing against me, and it just doesn't work. But he likes to sing. He's funny. He's just like a laid back guy, like a chill kind of guy. I feel like we come from the same type of environments growing up and everything like that. He's from California, of course. I'm from Texas, so it's a culture difference, but we just get along like brothers, like we've known each other for a long time. The crazy thing is, with the roommate I told you about in college, Augustine Rubit, him and Deonte have the same basketball agent. And the team I started off in Germany is the team Deonte played with last year. And the team that we both played for or with, my college roommate plays for right now. So it's kind of like, it's like a string. It's weird how we all know each other. So it just, when we started talking and catching up and learning about each other, we learned that, and we were just like, oh, that's crazy. Like, we have a lot more in common than we thought we would. But that's just, he likes to sing, can't cook, thinks he can dance. It's pretty funny. Just a cool guy. Cool guy to hang around, yeah.
Thank you all those who stopped by with us this afternoon, and don't forget to follow the Bakersfield Jam on all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm your host, Renal Geyser, signing off from the Dignity Health Events Center. I hope you all are having a wonderful afternoon.